Let me slow this down for somebody who has been surviving but not living. You were not rescued just to exist. You were redeemed with intention. God did not pull you out so you could stand still. He pulled you out so you could walk forward. Salvation is not just fire insurance for the future. It is fuel for today. Too many believers are grateful for where God brought them from, but frustrated with where they are now. We shout about the testimony, but we struggle with the transition. We celebrate the Red Sea, but we complain in the wilderness. And God says, I didn't save you to leave you confused. I saved you to teach you how to trust me one step at a time. The enemy wants you to believe that because you're still struggling, you're not saved. But the struggle is not proof of failure. It's proof that transformation is in progress. Growth always has friction. Healing always has tension. Freedom always has a fight. We don't go back because Egypt was good. We go back because Egypt was familiar. Bondage you know can feel safer than freedom you don't understand yet. That's why comfort is dangerous. Comfort will convince you to trade purpose for predictability. And God is saying, if you keep going back, it's not because I failed you, it's because you haven't learned to trust me in the unfamiliar yet. The Israelites didn't miss slavery, they missed certainty. At least in Egypt, they knew when the whip was coming in the wilderness. They had to wake up every morning and depend on God again. Dependence feels scary when pride wants control. Some of us don't need a new miracle. We need a new mindset. The through is uncomfortable because it strips you of shortcuts. The through exposes what was hidden. The through teaches you to walk by faith and not by sight. You don't build monuments in the through. You build muscles. God never promised you wouldn't go through valleys. He promised you wouldn't stay there. The valley is not your destination, it's your training ground, and what you learn in the through determines whether you can handle the blessing on the other side. Don't despise the season that's developing your discernment. Daily bread builds daily faith. God gives daily bread because He wants daily relationship. If He gave you everything at once, you'd forget who provided it. Some of us want provision without dependence. We want the promise without the prayer. We want the outcome without obedience. But God says, I will give you just enough so you'll come back tomorrow. And that's not cruelty, that's closeness. Daily bread keeps your faith fresh. Yesterday's manna won't work today. Yesterday's prayer won't sustain today's pressure. That's why Jesus said, give us this day our daily bread. Not weekly, not yearly, not someday. Faith is built in moments, not milestones. Next breath, faith. If all you can do today is breathe, then breathe in His grace. If all you can do today is survive, then survive in His strength. Sometimes faith doesn't look like shouting. Sometimes faith looks like staying. Sometimes faith is choosing not to quit when quitting feels reasonable. And heaven celebrates celebrates every step you take forward, even if it's small. You don't need clarity for the next 10 years. You need courage for the next 10 minutes. God gets glory in the process. God doesn't just get glory when you arrive. He gets glory while you're walking. He gets glory in your obedience. He gets glory in your endurance. He gets glory when you praise Him without answers. If God brought you out before, He can bring you through again. If He fed you yesterday, He will feed you today. If He gave you breath this morning, He has purpose for you tonight. You are not stuck. You are not forgotten. You are not finished. You are not stuck. You are not forgotten. You are not finished. You may be in the desert, but bread is coming. You may be tired, but grace is sufficient. You may feel like you went back, but God is still calling you forward. So don't quit in the through. Don't panic in the waiting. Don't doubt in the delay. God can get you out of this, and He will get glory from it.